If you are interested in starting your own podcast, we use Buzzsprout because it is simple and easy to use. Buzzsprout can get your show listed on every major platform while giving you the resources for a great podcast website, audio players that can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening to your podcast, and tools to promote your episodes. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and that is why over 100,000 podcasters are already subscribed to Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Following the link in our episode descriptions lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. So in return, you will receive a $20 Amazon gift card from Buzzsprout while signing up for a paid plan. Most importantly, every subscription through our link is always appreciated and helps support our show so we can continue delivering the quality content that you guys listen to. That being said, back to the show.
Hello, and welcome to Comic Book Junkies. I'm Andrew.
This is Joe.
And this time we're coming at you with pick 4, cut 6. We're doing 10 each.
That's right.
I didn't update my notes, and I'm the one who suggested it.
We're big fantasy guys, and I've been seeing all these clips about pick 3 receivers and cut 5 or cornerbacks or whatever. And so I thought this would be a cool exercise, and I thought it would be pretty hard to do with actual characters because everybody would just pick the freaking Justice League or Avengers essentially. But we decided to go writers and artists and see what kind of mix we'll create and hopefully not cut anybody too important.
Yeah, we've kind of done something similar to this before, where it's just kind of like that blind guessing game where you just kind of rank them, not knowing the order or who's going to be on the list. Kind of a similar thing, but kind of different because you get to pick who you're keeping and who you're passing without knowing. Really got to budget in some shenanigans from Joe for sure. I'm sure he'll be a straight shooter with my list. But by the way, I want to riff on who we're talking about here, give a little deliberation as to why we may or may not keep or pass them for the people, of course. But let's talk about some books we picked up. It feels like it's been quite some time since we've talked about books we've picked up. I don't know if that's true. Maybe I just forget. But I've got a little list. Joe's got a little list. I kind of got a lot coming in now, so you're going to be seeing a lot more pickups, unfortunately. But I have to slow down. Tragedy is striking. But you want to let them know what you got first?
Yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did pick up an X-23.
Banger.
Super high grade. This thing might be like a 9.8. I don't even know. I haven't seen anything wrong with it, but my LCS had it for 300 flat or something, and I saw the mint copies were going for 500 raw, so I was just yeah. I don't really got the budget for that, but I think it would pair well with the giant size X-Men I just bought. So I don't know if I've brought that up on the pod yet, but they also had a Black Lightning for $20, and I've passed on that book so many times, and I figured today's the day. So I bought the 2 books together. That's all I got on that trip. But recently I went to an antique store and got a bunch of cheap Wonder Woman issues. I got issue 7, issue 18, which is the cameo of a character that appears in issue 19, and I already have 19, issue 67, and then Berger got me hip to issue 90. I've been looking for that book, but didn't really know what it was because I remember it from the animated series and it being cool. And then I found 2 copies at the store. One was for $5 and one was for $20. I almost went the $5 copy because they were identical, but the $5 copy had one kind of long spine tick, but that's it.
Oh, not a long one.
And one spine tick to spend $15 extra. I'm like, it's under 25. I'll just spend the extra money and get the mint copy because you don't see them that often. Maybe I haven't been looking too often.
I don't see them ever. That's why I was surprised to get mine. I did see one recently at the shop and it was 40 or 50. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, that's way too much. But there was some pretty good stuff in that bin. There was Batman and Robin Adventures 21, so it's this cool Batgirl cover. Berger got me an Ultron for Stupid Sheep, and then the best book I found at the antique store was Aquaman issue 29. So first Ocean Master. I already have a Black Mana. Didn't really want one, but there's only so many good Aquaman issues. I was for under $50, just buy it, Joe.
I used to have one myself. I'd like to get another one.
Yeah, if it's cheap enough, I think it's a cool purchase.
That's cool.
Something I was looking at online the other day, though, was that I saw Scarlett Johansson might be in the Batman 2 movie, and I don't subscribe to that stuff too much, but before hearing that news, I was always interested in that, what's it, Phantasm?
The
Mask of the...
Oh, the Mask of the Phantasm?
Yeah. And so that book's kind of like getting a little popular. So I'm just like, well, I've always wanted that book anyways. So I went on eBay and it seems like there's like 100 copies between $10 and 35, and they all have like spine ticks. I
Hmm.
can't find a single high grade copy of that book raw. It's annoying. I'd spend the $50 if I could find a mint copy, but like it's just the mint ones are graded and they want like $200, and it's just like, no, bro. Between like 40 raw books, you'd think that there's like one decent looking one, but they're all kind of mid, unfortunately. So I got my eyes peeled. So that's a small book I'm interested in right now, but it just right place, right time. We'll see.
Speaking of crazy stuff I've been looking up, I looked up Alf 48 yesterday just for shits and giggles. Very expensive. Floor is way higher than I remember it being. It's like 400 bucks. I'm like, what are they doing, bro? Remember Alf 48 guys?
Elf Gang.
Alf gang. Yeah, we're in the Alf Club.
Not me.
Alf Club of America.
I want to be.
It's gonna be hard now. You wanna know what's really gonna be hard now? I saw people hemming and hawing over the manga prices. They're going stupid. Like a first Hunter x Hunter. I mean, you're not super familiar, but decent. Very expensive on the Bay, bro. I mean, if you go straight to the tap, I don't think it's that much, but I saw stuff in like 4 digits, bro. Like
I
a
see
lot of
them
them.
getting graded on Instagram more often now. So I think that's finally taking off.
It's crazy how the market's gone off. I think your Yu Yu Hakusho is going to be worth some major coin now, though.
It's about dang time.
We got that for Christmas in July, and like we have a lesser budget on that than some major books. It's worth like 5 times that budget.
Burger's my manga plug.
Manga plug. Yeah, I go straight
Ma
to the tap, bro.
Manga plug, yeah.
Manga plug. The Tokyo partners, I talk to them and we do business and we import export. I get a bunch of manga zashis in the mail and then I say, "What's up?" Hey, I foresaw the vision too. I knew it was going to happen, but now that it is happening, even though my stuff's worth more, it's like kind of lame if there was like any more I would get, but I don't really think there are. So I think I'm good.
Speaking of Vision, Burger's been on an invincible kick, and I know that's already a hot commodity, but I think it's not going to slow down either. So
This
you're not
boy's
buying low, but you're still buying at a good time.
Yeah, great segue, bro. You're riding in on that segue like Paul Blart, bro. You're just he set it up. You want to know why he set it up, guys? Because that's all I've been buying. My comic pickups recently: Invincible 5, Alan the Alien, first full appearance. Been down on Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen stock's been down in recent years, despite starting off well. Steadily went down, but with Alan the Alien, he's redeemed himself a little bit to me because I like the character and I feel like he fits the vibe. So I'm not going to complain. But even comic wise, Alan the Alien, strong as shit. You kill him, he just gets stronger. And then I got a Noble Causes Family Secrets 3, cover A, not the variant, which is like a Days of Future Past swipe, which also includes the first cover appearance of Invincible if you want to be ticky tack like that. First cameo cover, at least. Because Noble Causes Family Secrets 3 is the first cameo of Invincible Mark Grayson. Not in a preview, not like the G.I. Joe books, not like Savage Dragon, not like Tech Jacket, which I also bought. Is the true first appearance if you want to be like a dork about it. I mean, obviously, Invincible 1's always going to be the better book, but with people being priced out of a $3,000 minimum book, you can be the nerd who fights the good fight and say, "Hey, I got his first appearance too, right?" When you paid like $90. So get one of those if you're hip. And then Invincible 68. This is kind of like the return of the long lost Spec Corner, but Invincible stuff stays up and it goes up, as evidenced by Tech Jacket, which was like under 100 this time a year
Lame,
ago.
bro.
It's well over now. It's well over now. So Dinosaurus, you can still get them under 100. You saw the way that Invincible 61 Conquest shot up. That's a 250 book. I'm not going to say that it's going to be that, but I'm going to say it's going to be up there because Dinosaurus is going to be like he's going to be sick as shit, dude. It's an evil dinosaur man. He's like the Hulk, but a dinosaur. It's going to be sick. He's smart too.
Gets up and stays up, bro.
Gets up, stays up. Dinosaur gang for life. So get one of those before it's too late. Just warning y'all. And then I keep talking about it. I did get Tech Jacket, first appearance Tech Jacket. It got gender swap for the show. I don't mind it. Preview Invincible. It's the first preview of Invincible if you want to get in your upset about like which one's better, like Savage Dragon or G.I. Joe's like 2 issues or who cares. This one was first like a year before the series came out, or at least a few months. It was a different calendar year is what I mean by that. 2002, bro. But yeah, a lot of Invincible Invincible stuff. I'm kind of on a kick. I will also say in the mail tomorrow, I will be receiving a Godzilla versus Charles Barkley. That was on my want list this year, and I'm glad I knocked it down. I'm also proud to say it was only like $30. Very cool. Godzilla versus Barkley. It's timeless. And I like pointing, like my Jazz and I will be eating dinner, and then a commercial will come on and Charles Barkley's on there. And I'm just like, yeah, that Charles Barkley, because I keep talking about the book. Yeah. Oh, and here's a secret. I didn't even tell you. I'm bad, and I now have to stop buying books. I did get a Marvel Team Up 14 that's going to be on the way. The Spider-Man Invincible mashup. Technically, that's going to go in my Marvel box because it is a Marvel book. But being Spider-Man collector and now trying to be an Invincible collector, despite probably never getting a one, here we are. So I've got a lot of, maybe I do have FOMO. Like I got diagnosed FOMO because I'm like, I have to. But also it's been like the only scratch I feel like itching lately. Like I've bought so much silver and bronze other stuff, and the way that I'm riding the high of Invincible when I've been pretty despondent for a little bit in the current game. Invincible's kind of rejuvenated that comic love in me again. And so I've been kind of on a tear buying that just because I'm like, I want more.
I got the big book out of the way. I would love to join you in getting all that other stuff.
Get all the same copies I got.
My man says he's tired before podding, and then you bring up a little Invincible, and he's all whipped up.
I'm energized. But that's where we're at. So a lot of pickups. You'll see them trickle in on Instagram, which, by the way, go check out at CBJ Pod on Instagram.
Day trickling, bro.
Yeah, stay trickling. Which, by the way, the trickle is like flowing because we've been posting. If you didn't already know, we got clips. We got some other stuff, but a lot of books. We're starting to catch up on the backlog because we took like a little bit of time off, I feel, because life happens fast. But we never quit, and then we have a resurgence, and now I've got plenty to post.
And we're homeowners too, bro. There's expenses that come up for us that don't come up for y'all, bro. Sorry.
Well, some of y'all might own homes, I'm sure. That's crazy. But yeah, no, it is a pain in the ass. It does detract. That's crazy, bro. Cool. But yeah, that's our excuse. Go to CBJ Pod anyways, whether you own a home or not. And now for the marquee segment, we're going to do pick 4, cut 6. We're going to do artists. We're going to do writers. Joe's going to ask me about some writers. I'm going to try and guess what he's going to throw in there. I'm sure someone I hate's going to be in there, and then I'm going to have to like keep him on accident because Joe's Weasley like that. I'm just kidding.
That's crazy, bro.
You love trying to dupe me, bro.
It's the pod, bro. It's entertainment.
Yeah, bro.
In real life, I got your back, bro.
No, I understand that completely, but it's like but now it's like a second layer of mind game because now I'm like, well, who did he leave at the end that I'm going to get stuck with? Because surely Joe will leave someone better for me, and there's going to be like Brian Michael Bendis, and I'm going to lose it. But I'm going to be asking him artists, and I will surely not play any silly games like that. So it'll be fun. We'll see who picks what. Reminder, picking 4, cutting 6. We don't know the order. We don't know who's there. We're going to guess as best we can. So who wants to start?
I'll start. I'll ask you.
All right. So technically I'm starting. Let's go.
I'll get the big one out the way, bro. Stan Lee, are you cutting him or are you keeping him?
Now you see.
No introduction needed. Everybody knows who Stan Lee is.
I think on principle, I have to keep, regardless of like personal feelings or the feelings of others who are his detractor. I will say, I will think that Kirby was the more creative and important partner. If that's blasphemous, sorry you feel that way. Stan Lee, great marketer, great showman, great salesman. Guy had it figured out. He was printing money with like funny books. He scripted a lot of things that or wrote the dialogue. God knows what he contributed, like for sure. People will argue that. But I mean, those were like the books of the time. I mean, maybe there are writers that I enjoy more in certain aspects. I'm sure there's going to be some good ones on here that I'm leaving off for this, but like it's just a matter of like if I throw you Jack Kirby on the artist list, it's like kind of like, well, I have to. But yeah, I'll keep him.
Are we keeping Chris Claremont, bro, the best writer to ever jump on X-Men?
You see, I'm underestimating how hard this is because you're stacking the box up front. Oh, I hate these games. It's gonna make me look like I don't know.
That's what I do, bro.
I know they're making me look like I don't know shit, bro. My own dog is my op, trying to make me Jester Goon and Clown Max in front of all of our fans and friends. That's evil. Okay, Chris Claremont, back to it. I feel like I'm going to feel like a dumbass if I don't keep him on here because he like has to. He has to. Okay, I'm keeping him too. I got to really budget this in. But I mean, I feel like leaving like arguably like the best shits that carried Marvel into the modern age would be like foolish. It'd be like saying like I didn't want, Stan Lee on the Fantastic Four in its prime. It was that seminal to that time in comics to me because it's the best shits and it continued to be expanded upon. I mean, look what happened in the 90s because of it. And I mean, the second X-Men team being created, rejuvenating an almost dead property into basically like the moneymaker, gave Wolverine a personality and made him what he is truly. All those other characters got defined by those stories in a more modern way. Yeah, I can't leave them off, even though I'm sure there's people I love still to come.
What about let's go Mark Waid.
I'm going to go pass because I really enjoy his work and he does understand his work well. He does a great job when asked to, and he's done a lot of important things, a lot of great runs. But like as much as I enjoy him, there's people that kind of I feel like solidify what a comic writer. I mean, he is a full-on comic writer, but I mean, when up in the pantheon, bro, like he's up there. He's like in the hall of like very good.
He's
Like
about as consistent as they come, but like Kingdom Come isn't good enough for me to probably keep him in my top four.
that's what I mean. It's not a matter of disrespect. Like he could be in the lower top 10 talk. Maybe, if I really thought about it, maybe he's like a top 15. Maybe he's like a writer two tier between in full PPR. But like he's sweet. I like his work. I mean, I'm still reading like World's Finest and like I'm glad he's here now. Like of the old guard that's stuck around, he's the only one making an impact in any meaningful way.
Even Robert Kirkman, bro.
He don't count. He's like
Well,
newer
that
than
that's my
Wade.
next one. You keeping or you cutting Kirkman, bro? After that whole Invincible gooning that you just did.
I am an invincible goon. But if we're talking about writers, it's tough because I feel like he's one of the best now. I feel like he was obviously slept on in retrospect then, but I also feel like he'd say he would improve his own writing from back then with what he knows now. So, like, what he has wrote might not be as well written as some of these other guys because I respect Kirkman, but is he top four? That's tough to say when you start thinking of like who all has created comics. So for that reason alone, this is how I'm copping out. I don't know if he's top four, but I won't say he's not top five. That might even be kind of crazy actually, because that could be recency bias of me just enjoying Invincible, which like who knows. But the fact that I do connect with it like that and I do enjoy it that much
Well,
does mean
Walking Dead too. Like he's honestly pretty prolific.
yeah, he is. Like, don't get me wrong. I guess I care more for Invincible than I do Walking Dead, even though I like we've talked about many times, Walking Dead's had a crazy impact. So like he's one of the most successful writers of all time. He is one of my favorites, but is he like an objective like top four? Because it's outside of his other achievements in the TV and animated and movie space. I don't know. He's pretty good, but I'm gonna go cut because I have to be controversial somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
It's not even going to be controversial to like half the people here. They'll be like, yeah, that's an easy one. Think about it's like whoever your favorite is. But damn, no, yeah. Well, if we're only doing four, that's why.
Okay. We keeping or cutting Will Eisner. I mean, he doesn't really have like something that you can really point to, but like 8 decades of work and has an award named after him.
Now, like historical old heads who probably aren't even hearing this, I'm probably cutting him, like because I'm not familiar with his work as much as his impact. Like I respect the institution of Will Eisner, but maybe that's my own comic. Maybe I'm not a junkie. Maybe I gotta get stripped of my title, because I haven't read Will Eisner. I'm not gonna front with you. Wasn't he mostly like the Spirit and stuff?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm familiar, but like I'm not familiar. So I mean maybe I should maybe if we ever go back to reading something that could be on the list. Yo, throw it back in the time machine.
He's like your rapper's favorite rapper. Like every writer,
He's Eric B and Rakim.
yeah, like loves him. But like I can't say I've read anything either.
So for that reason alone, he's a pass. Like I gotta connect more strong. If I'm leaving Kirkman off, I'm not gonna immediately put Will Eisner ahead of him just based off of how popular and like how much of a horse he was.
Denny O'Neil, legendary run on Batman and Green Lantern / Green Arrow.
Big Denny guy. Denny did reinvent the game. He got real about shit, which, for better or for worse, was good at that time. What it's persisted into itself, I'm not sure, because now comics feel a little too serial. Sometimes I like it when they're colorful and there's a sense of whimsy. I'm not trying to have a depressing time. But yeah, like, you're gonna make me ponder more after I put it down, just mentally tax myself. Just kidding. No, but that's not to take away from Denny, who did put out bangers with Neil. Denny and Neil, bro. Denny O'Neil. Denny and Neil. But
That's good.
I feel like, honestly, I like billing Denny with Neil as a stronger team that makes it harder to say no, but on his own. Well, didn't he reinvent the question too? Or was that Mr. E?
I think that was him.
Regardless, very talented writer, big fan, but I'm not gonna go top four.
Okay, so because I
How
mentioned
many
this on
left?
the last one, yeah, but so far you've kept Chris Claremont and Stan Lee, but you've cut Mark Waid, Robert Kirkman, Will Eisner, and Denny O'Neil.
Okay, so I've
So
got
we got
what?
four left.
Uh-oh, pick 2 out of 4 now.
So Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns, Daredevil.
We might have to we
Do
might have
two
to
episodes. That's fine.
sorry, bro.
No, you're good. But
We also might have to pass on Frank Miller, as cool as he is and as classic as he is. I think my overall opinion of Frank Miller is just different now because I keep seeing his art, which is not his writing. But I don't know. I mean, they're good stories. Don't get me wrong. I love Year One and, The Dark Knight Returns and stuff like that. But it almost feels cliche too. Like, I like him. He's good. But whatever. Who's next?
Grant Morrison, All-Star Superman, a lot of good Batman runs.
Oh, but then I'd rather put Kirkman. But then if I don't take him, who the hell are the last two? Oh no. This is a hard choice because I don't know if Grant Morrison does do good work though. Damn, it's really making me ponder. We're gonna have to cut corners here and make myself look weird because I'm trying to play a mental game and it's gonna make my opinion look like I wouldn't state it to you. But maybe on the basis that All-Star Superman is one of my favorite and most well done stories ever written, the fact that he's written something that good that I feel like I can recommend to even like noobs or people on like the outside of comics, like All-Star Superman's good. I feel like it's a lot for a beginner, but at the same time, like I feel like it stands the test of time. Like, I would revisit it. Like, it's a good story, one of the best actually. So we're keeping, I guess, because I can't get like duped into a Bendis because that would be worse than something else.
Crazy. Okay. Okay. So you got one more keep and one more cut.
Okay.
Are you keeping Alan Moore, bro? Watchmen, Swamp Thing, V for
Yeah,
Vendetta,
I'm keeping
Killing
Alan
Joke,
Moore.
whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
Yeah, Miracle Man, like, V for Vendetta, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, he's done everything. Watchmen is elite. Like, even non-comic people like Watchmen, regardless of what the other media has transponded to, like before Watchmen and, whatever else they want to go and do. Watchmen's sweet. All of his other contributions are sweet. Him being like a crazy wizard man is silly. And I've said that a bunch, but that doesn't mean I don't respect him like a ton because he is one of the best. So I'm prepared to go with that. Swamp Thing, reinventing Swamp Thing was smart as hell. Yeah, a lot of good works you can't fault.
So you want to hear who you cut?
Yeah.
I think you made out good, bro. Neil Gaiman.
Oh no, dude, he's a sex pervert.
I was hoping you would have kept the sex pervert
I
by
know.
accident, but
I know.
that's where it ended. You did really well, bro. So just so we can go over it, you kept Alan Moore, you kept Stan Lee, Chris Claremont, and Grant Morrison, but you cut Neil Gaiman, Frank Miller, Mark Waid, Robert Kirkman, Will Eisner, and Denny O'Neil. I think you did pretty dang good, bro.
Thank you. If we're going with my true opinion, I'd probably swap Kirkman and Morrison if I was to make a swap. But otherwise, yeah, I stand with that for sure.
That was fun.
It was fun. I mean, obviously, I kind of riffed a little too long. So this is actually going to be a two-parter, guys. Joe's going to get his turn next time where I ask him about some comic book artists. He's going to do the exact same thing, but I think it's going to be fun. So yeah, with that, go check us out. I mentioned it earlier, but CBJ Pod on Instagram for all the pics of our recent pickups. We talk about them on here. You'll see them on there. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on wherever you can imagine, except we don't really hang out on X or Twitter, so don't really bother us there. We probably won't see it. But anywhere else, feel free to hit us up, rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars preferably. I saw a hater out there give us a mediocre rating. I'd rather, if you're not going to say something nice, just don't say it at all.
My dad used to say that, bro.
And was he right?
That's facts, bro.
That's
Also,
facts.
I'm pro AI. It's not anti-art. A lot of artists use AI, whether it's for reference or anything else. And it's like a tool. It takes two to tango. AI is not going to AI itself.
AI with the braids.
AI with the braids, bro. So
I'm gonna go on record and say I'm not the biggest fan, but I have used it in the past. I try to keep it to a minimum because I don't care for it. I'm stubborn. I'm an old man who yells at cloud. But yeah, I mean, it's I created our logo and then
anti-art though.
a little bit because they want people to get paid for their art and their work, which I understand the human creativity. So I do get that. But like also if I created like our logo and then ran it through a filter more or less, I'm not going to be upset, bro. I am the artist who made it and that is my tool. So that's where I stand on that. I'm not saying we're going to use it for everything or really anything, but like the refresh on the logo, sorry to say, it
Whatever we
happened.
use it on, it's our business.
Yeah, Joe's way more like
Yeah, don't listen if it bothers you,
it's
bro.
like the
But I don't
Second
need your
Amendment for
comment.
AI. Yeah, you ain't gonna take away my AI. I like to
Facts,
see you
bro.
try. Government's
Fa-
gonna come down my door.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be
So
drinking that water, using it on AI. Don't give a shit.
he's gonna have a hot tub in the data center.
Facts, bro.
He would too. He'd show up in his robe. If you put one in there, that'd be hilarious. Anyway, not to toot my own horn. That's the podcast. Catch us again next time in a couple weeks from when you hear this. Same time, same place. We're doing the same treatment. Joe's gonna stare at some pretty good artists here. I've got my list up. We're gonna give them more time to vamp too, because I like to run my jibs. We almost didn't make it today, guys.
What'd you say earlier? Stay up and stay
Dinosaur up, never down.
something like that, bro.
Oh, burger up, never down.
No,
I said that to you. I don't know what I was saying earlier, bro. I was in flow state.
stay up, gang.
Stay up. Yeah, you guys stay up.
Stay up
Stay
and stay
up.
hard.
Stay up, stay hard.
Something
And,
like that.
and then you could also never down. Because it couldn't be it couldn't be me, bro.
Never down, never soft.
Never down, never soft. I guess so. Yeah, you gotta go to the doctor.
Bye, gang.
Bye.
Good night.